My eyes close to the lights, having big dreams, little time,
Yo, peace and love, everyone. Welcome to the Neighborhood Nigga Show, Good in the Hood. I haven't been on this platform in a couple weeks. Just been getting some things together in my own life. But today I want to talk to you all about astrology and spirituality. So let's go ahead and jump in. Right now, as you all can probably see, there is like a shift in consciousness. A lot of people around you are talking about, oh, my sign is this, my sign is this, what's your sign? A lot of people are just now getting back into astrology. It's like ups and downs. At a point in time we were into that, and some people then they kind of fell off, and now it just seems like everybody's getting more interested in it. Well, I want to connect some dots for you all. It's not going to take me long. Understand that with astrology, any type of religious text that you're talking about, whether it be the Quran, whether it be the Holy Bible, whether it be, the Torah, all these books have hidden underlines when it comes to astrology. So this whole time, even if you've been a Christian or if you've been a Muslim or if you've been a Jew, this whole time you have been discovering and talking about astrological events as related to us being human. So everybody knows that the moon affects the cycles of the earth as far as the water cycles, right? All right, so if you understand that the moon affects the cycles of water and you are made of 70 to 90% water, then obviously that means that if the moon has an effect on you, so if the moon has an effect on the water and what's going on, what do the other planets in the solar system have an effect on you? That's why it's important to understand astrology. Now, a lot of Christians, and I'm not here to debate, your religious beliefs or anything like that, but a lot of them speculate and they always say, oh, I don't believe in this, I don't believe in astrology, this or the other. Well, the issue here is that that statement itself is contradicting. You praising and worshiping Jesus is a allegorical symbol of the sun. And everybody is paying attention to December 21st right now. Well, guess what happens on December 21st? The sun is at its lowest peak, all right, during the winter solstice. And in 3 days, it rises to its highest peak, all right? When you realize that the Holy Bible, which is also known the Helios Biblios in Latin, that means the sun books. So the sun is obviously a sustainer of life on this planet. We all get energy from the sun. If the sun was to go, dormant by all the clouds and things of that nature, we would lose consciousness. We would lose the intelligence that we have created. It is that important. All right. So when it comes to astrology and spirituality, you have to understand that astrology is the anatomy of God. That's all it is. And if you understand the Hermetic term as above, so below, then you know that when it comes to astrology, you're just studying yourself, just in a larger aspect or a macro aspect. So these different signs are different aspects of your own personality in your own life. And when you understand how they relate to yourself, then you can become even more intentional, even more powerful, even more influential in whatever you do. But it's really important that you take the time out to study your natal charts. That is the future. At this point in time, I know me, for example, I'm not going to just, be with a woman that is not understanding of herself, her own natal chart. She's not able to tell, like, okay, well, look, I know this is how I communicate. I see the resemblance. I'm not saying that astrology is the all, so, all say so. Like, you can definitely transcend your archetype, but you have an archetype. So if you can understand your archetype, then you can know how to transcend the things that are dysfunctional, the aspects, and make them more functional. At this point in time, you have to realize and understand that spirituality and astrology are the same. It's a science, and science and spirituality are two sides to the same coin. You know what I'm saying? Don't neglect things like that, because once you really get the concept that as above, so below concept, so within, so without, that everything outside of you is a reflection of what's inside of you. Let me say that again. Everything outside of you is a reflection that's inside, a reflection of what's inside of you. When you truly understand that, then studying astrology and the planets and their effect on you will make so much more sense, because then you'll understand, dang, as this stuff moves, this is how it's affecting me. Maybe I need to move like this during this time period. And just imagine what'll happen if more people started to be more intentional about knowing how these things affect themselves. I also said, I had a video earlier, I was talking about astrology and business. Well, this is the thing. You know, I've already stated before that millionaires don't study astrology, billionaires do. And the thing about that is that if you are so intentional with the aspects outside of you, you are then becoming what you call God. Because then your awareness increases. And that is consciousness, and an increase of awareness, an increase in understanding of how the things are affected and how they affect you. So if you know, for example, just by hearing somebody speak, all right, because I've increased my awareness, I know that this person is at this certain level and may not be able to get across to them on the things I'm trying to display and talk about, because obviously they're not at that point. They're not at that frequency, which is nothing bad about being on different frequencies. But the point is that when you know yourself, then you can tend to know others, because we're all a reflection of the Most High, of the One. You see what I'm saying? So ultimately, I just wanted to make a short statement that it is important to understand your natal chart. Now, we can get into the depths of it being 88 degrees, 30 some degrees off, or these things like that, like it's not fully accurate, which there is truth to that. But ultimately, if you can get the gist and get the understanding, that's when the sacred knowledge will come to you. At least put forth the effort. There's more than just your sun sign. There's more than just your moon sign. There's more than just your rising. You know what I'm saying? Don't be trendy. Understand that when things become a trend, they lose the realness of it. So be real. Be intentional. You know what I'm saying? Don't allow, just because everybody's saying like, yo, this or the other, like, go more in depth. Because that depth is beautiful. If it's not deep, then it's shallow. And anybody can tell what it is. But that's why people are afraid to, quote unquote, afraid to explore the ocean. Because that depth can be beautiful, but it can also be a scary thing. There's nothing to fear, though. You know? But I'm not going to go on a tangent. I just wanted to talk to y'all real quick and just state how important astrology is, especially in these times of Aquarius, age of Aquarius. Like, I can go on and on about how the Bible refers to things astrologically in the Bible, but that's not the point. The point is to bridge the gap between religious aspects and spirituality aspects. There is all a connector, a silver line of connection that connects all of those aspects. And when you see that line and you bring it together, that is what makes you a successful person. That is what makes you more powerful, more influential. Because then you start to understand that these differences that we like to talk about, they're all one and the same. And you come to have acceptance for it. All right? So that's my piece about what I want to say. I will go further in depth on astrology at some point in time, because there's so much more. I'm just barely scratching the surface. But the reason why I speak like this is because I like my viewers to go do research for themselves, so that y'all will have a better understanding. I just bring you the surface level. We will go deeper, but there's no point in going so deep to where you wouldn't understand at this point in time. You see what I'm saying? So peace and love to everybody. Love and light. Hope everybody continues to have a wonderful rest of the year. Don't be distracted by the things that are occurring outside of you. Focus on what's going on within. All right? And then when you go and focus on what goes on within, and you create homeostasis within yourself, that's when the world reflects that. Peace.